Hello and welcome to a casual game between AKA and SeverusSlitherer. Lovely name to pronounce. So I just saw AKA dumping this replay on the Discord, and he wrote something like, let me just check, that he doesn't know who this player is, but he hopes they will appear in the next tournament. And I immediately knew who it was because I've played this player as well recently. So I had a good idea at least, and I had to check, and yeah, it was Severus Slitherer in blue here, and AK in red. So my own perception of him is that it's very good, but I don't know exactly how good. I played him recently where I lost, but I also uh, I thought it was a new player, so I didn't do my I played around a bit and took a fun starting position and so on. And then when I realized he was good, I of course tried to do my best, but I lost. And then I recalled that I played him, or I thought I played him earlier. So went back to early of December where I played him once as well, and I lost that as well. But once again, I thought he was new, so it's a bit of a I actually forgot about him. So let's see how this game goes. I've never actually watched any of the replays, so I haven't seen how he plays. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. It's probably like since it's a name that we don't know. It's probably an old account of someone. Maybe a player that we haven't seen for a while, or I don't know. Maybe it's welcome to. It's kind of an internal joke that all new accounts are welcome to, but I don't know. So let's see. Interesting picks here. Definitely would say best for AKA so far, since he's more centered, but he does lack some points of interest. And if we're looking at the map, there's a bunch of traits over here, but they most likely won't come into play, I could imagine. Or at least if they do, you more or less won the game, I think. There is one fairly secure trait down here. So that's why I think AK is very well placed. And Severus goes a cross pick. Very interesting. And AK looks like he's going for a instant straight route. And by the way, when I'm saying that I didn't play my best, I'm not saying that everyone else does at all, because everyone tends to casual is obviously casual. So do you play differently? Try out something that maybe you think is a bit fun to try. Go only tanks, or uh, see how much eco you can get before you produce whatever. Or like, oh, can I make it from this spot? Whatever. So, so what I meant is more like, I don't. Yeah, I'm curious to see how well he actually plays. But he is definitely a tank player. I realized that in my last game. Actually, on a map where I didn't expect tanks. Maybe I wouldn't expect tanks either here. surprised AK goes for this town instead of this. But maybe it's just because he's nervous of tanks and he wants to hide it off a bit. Not exactly sure. But this is the gold mine. This is what everyone wants. And blue is much closer since AK started so far back. On the other hand, AK is placed well for this part of the map actually. So it could easily be like a front line here, and then the map is more or less split here. It can be tough for AK to hold this though, since blue has easy access both with transport boats and planes from his main base. Let's see if AK can see him yet. So Severus goes 3 tanks, very classic, and a town. But he already built a refinery. Didn't see when that went up actually. AK has 1 airport and 3 barracks. Where is AK's gas? Okay, he's actually dependent on one of these gases. So he really wants to get control of this one. Or this one. But this is risky. Very vulnerable to air. And now Severus goes very deep into eco. Double town. And he's already playing with some SAMs as well. And that's just a tough combo. Tanks and SAMs. Of course it kind of slows down the tanks, because if you want that air support they have to wait for the SAMs. But you can move them together until you maybe get a few of the opponent's aircraft. Or maybe they land, or they out of gas or something, and then you can just go full speed on the tanks and hit some target. Oh, they must have spotted each other now. They certainly have. AK goes even more eco, 1 more town, 1 more port. So 2 heavy eco plays. I wonder if Severus will go here anytime soon, and how he will go there. If he's gonna use transport boats or transport planes. Now AK knows of these tanks. He's sending in the helis. There's only 1 SAM so far. 1 more on the way. But AK is very dependent on this gas. Quick reaction from Severus. Actually, there's some micro going on here where he targets the helis with the tanks on a speed command. Wow. Okay. So AK is in trouble now. Two more barracks from Severus. 2 more barracks from AK. And this is looking scary for AK. Because now he can't get that gas. Ah, there's one here actually. I didn't spot that. And you can see that AK is trying to cap that territory first for some reason. He made a mistake here. He made a attack move command. Oh, that hurts. And now completely screwed up that. Oh yeah, he's struggling here while he's getting ambushed by tanks. I did not spot that gas. That's quite important. Though I think he only got this one damaged heli left, so it's not that. It's not because he's out of gas that he is not in a better position right now. Well, except of course he could have used his transport plane, but that's the only limitation so far. He got plenty of money. Built a port to get the trade up. I would maybe invest some of this money or anything really. Severus put down one more barracks. It's putting down a lot of industry and a port. Let's look at the eco. AK on 780. Severus on 700. Here comes the tanks. He's yet to build this. He has the money, there it comes, but it's in the woods, so it's gonna take some time. AK is moving to defend this town. Let's see if Zeros, yeah, he wants all the way back here. He knows that the defense is probably even less over here. And AK is already panicking, trying to... Oh, sorry, that's not AK. But AK is trying to cut him off here. Put down barracks and a factory. These tanks will get through. He's desperately trying to send his helis. He will run out of gas and he's just... Oh, the timing. Whether or not this survives depends on the gas. And I don't think he has time. Maybe if Zeros goes for this first. And then AK goes for... well, a rush command. I forgot what it's called all of a sudden. Haste move. That's it. And there it is. So now he just really has to put that. Oh, is he even going? Oh, yeah, I'm confused. He's going directly for the gas. Luckily for AK, this slows down the tanks a bit, but now he knows that these tanks are going for the gas. Can he save it? Meanwhile, we also got a front line going on here, which is actually looking decent for AK. And he might be looking away for a second, since he's still hovering here. There you go, he's back on it. So I think he was certain, just like me, that he would... Even though I saw the command, that Severus would go for the port. There you go, Severus is targeting that gas. Think AK will maybe manage to defend that. He did. Wow. That was close. AK with a drop here. Get a bit more territory and maybe to get easier access to this part, and thereby the hitting Severus eco from behind, so to speak, or from the side. Now AK wants to double in on the gas, try to secure this one. Also got this one now. He's in a much better position now that he actually defended that. Severus is adding air to his army. Bunch of SAMs and even more tanks. So, very heavy tank player from the looks of it. These units have made some nice progress, but they are easy targets for the helis. Look at the eco again. 1000 for AK. 1000 for Severus. Very close. I don't know if this is kind of the trade route has really counted towards AK's total income yet. It's a very dangerous push. This AK is mainly infantry, and Severus has a lot of artillery that can obviously fire from the distance. And there you go, AK's income just bumped up quite a bit, so I don't think it really had incorporated the income from this trade just yet. AK is building a barracks up here, so he's definitely also thinking about not only defending it, but maybe also being aggressive later on. Severus gets the gas. It's a very good looking push. Forces AK into building a few more SAMs, which means obviously he can't build as much artillery. Severus has that deadly amount of SAMs now. One more on the way. 6 SAMs are tough, even if you have 5 helis, or is it 6? Yeah, 6. 7 actually. It's looking really scary for AK. Severus knows this is going well. He puts down aggressive factories. And my best guess is that these players, maybe especially AK, didn't play their best in the beginning, or could do something just for fun. But my best guess is that they're playing their best now. Like, they want to win this. Because even if you start out from a fun location or have some idea in your mind that you will only play infantry or whatever, you always want to win. No one wants to lose on purpose, right? Severus is on top of it. He's going directly for this gas. Does he spot it immediately? Yeah, he does. So there's just no break for AK. puts down barracks up here. It could be a commando barracks, since he put it down so far behind. And maybe to defend from these commandos. Maybe he knows. I haven't paid too much attention, so I don't know if Severus is aware that AK is going commandos up here. AK is going for that town snipe. And he loses another gas. AK is building a bit of eco. How's the eco going here? He got his trade up and running. If he gets this one, that's 2 in 1, right? So that's a really nice trade to get up and running. Doesn't look like he's about to. He's not building transport planes. He's not building air transport boats. 1300 for AK, 1200 for Severus. So AK is actually ahead. And Eco, this push is just looking really, really scary. Here comes the air as well. Bombers mixed in with helis. AK keeps dropping commandos down there. Didn't get the town. I think this is always a tough call. Like, do you just have your helis sit around? Do you try to do some weird stuff with them, move them down here, move them up here, and maybe see if you can hit something? Or do you send them in, hoping to kill those SAMs anyways? And once again, Severus is not letting AK have any gas. It's really well played. So tough to defend against. Down it goes. Oops, I just had to pause it one moment. So excuse me if I'm gonna repeat myself, as I can't recall what I said just before I paused it. AK tried to save this with his own helis, but unfortunately too late. He got that critical amount of SAMs as well. I wonder if he switched off SAM production by now. Probably did. He's recapping some of this territory. Now Severus is actually closing in on the producers. And he might be able to get 2 barracks. That will hurt quite a bit. Here comes the transport. Unfortunately, directly on top of Severus' troops. That he more or less forgot about. Of course, there's still time that when they conquer this, that he will send them away. See? And this is exactly what I was talking about. Like using your helis in some form so they don't just sit around. Really nice play by AK, but they might get caught on the way back. Or they might even land here actually, now that I think about it. So he might lose all of them. They got some commandos on the way as well. Severus can't see them. Yeah, I suspect that these helis will land in these 2 areas now. But let's see. I still don't quite understand the AI for kind of like the landing. If they do, they definitely suffer. 2 of them will to retreat back to this territory. It hurts if AK doesn't even get town. That's unfortunate. And now these 3 will just die. This one comes in solo, so it will go down. Ah, he actually retreats. Okay. Okay, good idea. So you could argue that the one thing it did was maybe that it made sure that Severus had to put down a few SAMs now here. And I actually missed this part for a good while. It's rare that you see tanks produced like this and carried over by transport boats. It's a really interesting play. And already a good proxy base. That's gonna be very tough for AK to defend. He could really have used those helis up here north. Those have gone north. He could try to keep these factories down and avoid SAMs. And he could even snipe the transport ships, though there is a single missile boat, but he had so many helis. Severus is yet to get this, so there's much more eco. AK is landing directly on top of all these units, fortunately for him. Let's look at the eco. 1450 for AK, 1500 for Severus. And AK lost those 2 barracks. That's quite a bit of reduction in unit production. Reduction in unit production. AK knows this is important, but Severus really put down a lot of producers. And with tanks as well, it's very well played putting tanks over here. SAMs are on the way to defend this that he knows will come. These helis. AK is doing more or less the same here. He's landing another spot. I don't think Severus is welcome to just by playstyle. But I don't know. Yep. But I think AK is losing this one. The helis are coming as well. This is a really tough push. Tanks, SAMs, missile ships, helis. Bunch of producers. Severus still has so much eco he can expand with. He's out of gas. The only gas he can build right now are these, I think. Maybe even this if he's ballsy. AK do fend off this very nicely. As a start at least. I don't think it will last though. So if you combine this, this is 7 producers. And I wonder if AK can see. Yeah, he can see at least 4. He's actually regaining some momentum on the main front line here. A lot of these units are SAMs. Severus is trying to defend and he puts down this gas, showing that he desperately needs gas at the moment. An AK will snipe that. Down it goes. If he can get this port, it's very important to get the gas because Severus can't use these airplanes to defend it. So he can really hit some critical infrastructure, can get the trade route, he can get even another gas that will limit Severus severely. He does get AK's gas though, but AK is not relying as much on gas. Severus has tanks, 2 airports here, helis here, transport ships. Now he finally has the gas, but the trade does go down. They won't move for too long, I think. Just as he started to cap this, actually. And how much these can you spot? Okay, you can spot already. They're not as stealthy as they used to be. The missile ships are just late to the party, it seems. Would really help out AK to get this gas as well. And AK is a bit slow to react here, unfortunately for him. Unless it's on purpose, because it does only have 3 missile ships on against a lot of bombers. But he could have maybe sniped 1 or 2, but with the risk of losing his missile ships, he might be waiting to gather a bit more. He lost his town. There's actually another gas here, didn't spot that. This push is really strong. AK cannot hold that off. It's just a matter of time. Severus put down a nice entrenchment. AK is trying to move around it. Hitting directly into an entrenchment with artillery is usually a death sentence. On the other hand, AK starts to get a bit of traction down here. Unfortunately, it's not as big of a loss because it's mostly just territories, while AK is losing towns and industry, gas up here. Of course, if he can make the push all the way up here, then it's good, but that's a long way. AK is out of gas, which means he is losing these helis now. Let's look at the eco again. 1500 for AK, 1300 for Severus. That was a very nice snipe. Severus is trying to build this gas again. Putting down another nice entrenchment. This is tough to move away from without having your units engage it. It does just head on straight into it, which is probably wise to do as long as they're not completely entrenched just yet. Now is the time to do it at least. Here comes the bombers, but where are they going? They're going straight to the front line. And AK's SAMs are a bit out of position. So it's definitely the right time to do it. Has these 3 missile ships though to help him out a bit. That was a good run from Severus. Didn't spot too many plane shoot downs. I didn't know. I kind of caught myself at the beginning of that sentence and I didn't know how to formulate the rest of it. Probably get what I mean. These SAMs are just sitting ducks. 2 artilleries are having their way with them as they please. It's not good when Severus has so much air. AK really needs all these SAMs. And he stopped producing. I wonder if he's gathering money for rocket, maybe? Now he realizes these SAMs has just been sitting ducks the past 2 minutes. It hurts a bit because AK really had some momentum here. Still has, it's not over. Sent in the interceptors. And though I didn't spot many of Severus planes going down, it seems like they reduced the numbers quite a bit, so maybe I'm just blind. AK gave up on this northern part, trying to dig in. It's gonna be tough because he needs artillery for this dig in. Otherwise Severus can just shoot them from a range. Severus is using these planes very carefully. Goes in, maybe drops 1 or 2 bombs and then cancels them because he knows these interceptors are coming. These missile ships can actually reach that gas. But Severus has plenty of gas actually. Now he also caught this, or captured this. He's building even more eco. Let's see what having this territory has done with the eco. 1350 for AK, so we dropped 150. Severus gained 150, so this basically turned around the reversed the lead that AK had. AK is dependent on this going very well, because he's definitely losing up here. But it is going very well. He's starting to get those reducers now. It's a really close and interesting game. I know he needs his units down here, but he could maybe drop some here as well. Just to see if he can get that gas. Fortunately, the troops are starting to thin out now. And as he diverts units up north, they will thin out even more. Could go for these airports now. But he will lose this, I think. Look at all these units. Oh. I can't tell you who's winning. What I can say is that this is much more convincing against this than this is against this. So this might be the determining factor. AK can get this trade, that would be very nice for him. He's losing fast over here. I think AK is losing. Just as he's pushing through. Severus puts down 2 factories, yeah. Of course, like AK can't see everything that we can, but he could maybe just rely on these troops for this part and then start sending some of these up here and put more pressure on here, which means he could divert a few more units here. But he's in the negative now. The red guarding income. This is starting to cool down. Look at the eco again. 14, 15, 50. Now AK can hit a bit of Severus eco. Industries, that town with a port. Severus is not giving up on this, so he couldn't just rely on those two, as I said. But I'm sure that AK would rather have Severus have this part of the map than this. So in that manner, even though it hurts for AK right now, I'm sure that's a trade he can accept over time, because it will, I think at least, benefit AK. This closes down 1, 2, 3 trade routes. That being said, Severus never got this up and running, but he could. And he was actually about to. Very tough entrenchment here. And now I think at least use the transport boats to flank the entrenchment. That would be very useful. Maybe having one transport boat doing artillery over here and then one dropping infantry in the back. Though these are on the way as well, so. I don't know if AK got rid of all of Severus' SAMs, or... Well, he must have, since they're not here. I just don't know how, if he just got a whole lot of helis that took care of that. There's only 2 SAMs right now. Which really opens up for AK using his helis. Right now he can pick off these without any anti-air. He lost the momentum here though. He's going for the next town. Might be a bit too aggressive. Maybe better to go for this. I don't know. I just don't think they will actually get this town. But he will get out of this, it seems. He's destroying all of this. It's very rare that you see this. That's a lot of money. It's at least almost 1,000. Which of course he saves the upkeep, and he saves the gas used for transporting them. So over time, if this game drags out, it will definitely be a good choice. Severus is starting to consider backstab on AK's gas and Zico. AK should maybe start to reduce the SAM production. He has a lot of SAMs and he got both of Severus airports. He actually got 3 dots of SAMs. And it seems like I think he might just turn it off actually. I'm still not sure who's winning. I think it's starting to turn to AK. Let's look at the eco. 1385, 1371. Very, very close. But if AK gains control of this, he can start getting a lot of eco. But he needs to get control of the water as well. And Severus is not building up any army, he's just, or navy, sorry. He's just going straight at it with the first missile ship he gets. Which could indicate he's quite desperate right now. Okay, it would maybe have been better to build up a small force. Because obviously AK can handle this as soon as he spots it. If he spots it. These missile ships tend to be very quiet. And not to stab at at AKA, but I actually did this exact thing in our tournament game. One missile ship on his trade route, and he spotted it way too late. Because you can barely hear it. So you actually, like, if you hear, you cannot hear it, you cannot see it. So he does actually see this, so he can win. But maybe his cameras, yeah, I don't know. This is going down, and that's gonna hurt. Just as I said, it wouldn't work. I don't think AKA has realized yet. But it surprises me since he... Yeah, now he saw it. He spotted this, so he would know that there's definitely danger. Be aware of. AK tries to get a aggressive factory, but it goes down. It's gonna be just in time, I think. It's gonna be close. Will he save it? Yeah, he will. Just like he saved this earlier on. So in that regard, AK has been a bit lucky at times. But it has also gone the other way with this, though. This town. It's not as important, obviously. Now he gets this shipyard, so this might be a bit overkill to put down this. He should be able to handle all the rest with his air. So here comes the second missile ship. Down it goes. So yeah, this was totally overkill. There you go. Wow, that was a wild one. Really interesting. Back and forth. Close game. AK behind on Empire value for a lot of the mid game, or not a lot, the whole mid game. Until he kind of like, it was almost as if Severus put too much into the north. Like he completely overran AK in the north. But it's just, it wasn't as critical to have that island compared to the mid. See here, this is where Severus had the north and still like his main base, I assume. And then he lost the main base. Yeah, very, very good and interesting game. And no matter who Severus is, I'm gonna repeat AK and say that I hope they will appear in the next tournament. Very fun to watch and definitely a good player. So hope to see more of him, and well played to both, and congrats to AK, who maybe wasn't prepared for such a tough game. I rarely am when I see new names. Hope you enjoyed, and maybe I see you around another time. Thanks for watching. Bye.